Every year, I tell myself I'll cut back on the varieties, but then I see these results. From the tiny flavor bombs to the heavy-hitting slicers, these are the staples that make the cut every single season. We're kicking things off with the garden candy. If you want a snack that never makes it back to the kitchen, these are the 4 varieties you need to plant. First, the essentials. Sun Gold is the gold standard for a reason. It's a highly productive hybrid cherry tomato known for its exceptionally sweet, tropical flavor and bright orange color. There is a reason these rarely make it out of the garden and into the kitchen. They are the ultimate garden snack. Sun Gold is a vigorous, indeterminate variety that keeps producing clusters until the first frost. Just a heads up, they are prone to splitting when overripe, so pick them right as they turn that deep, glowing apricot orange. Next is Super Sweet 100. Super Sweet 100 is my go-to for sheer volume. These are the workhorses that keep the harvest baskets full. Because these are so prolific, they are heavy feeders and need a sturdy trellis. I grow mine on a 10-foot trellis. Super Sweet 100 is the ultimate variety for keeping your kitchen counter full all summer long. The flavor is top tier. It has that nostalgic, burst-in-your-mouth sweetness that defines a homegrown cherry tomato. If you want something that looks like a piece of art, the Sunrise Bumblebee is a must. It's a gorgeous bicolor cherry with a bright, citrusy finish that really pops in a summer salad. And then there's Brad's Atomic Grape. This isn't just a tomato, it's a cosmic event. The colors are mind-blowing: lavender, olive green, and Technicolor orange. It's meaty, sweet, and always the biggest conversation starter in the garden. Now we're moving into the kitchen favorites. If you want thick, rich sauces and salsas without hours of boiling, these are the heavy-meated pasting varieties that earn their spot every year. First, the Speckled Roman. This is my Beauty and the Beast. It's gorgeous with those golden stripes, but it's a workhorse. I grow this every year because it's the meatiest tomato I've ever found. There's almost no water in these, which means when I'm making paste, it thickens up in half the time. Plus, it has that classic heirloom sweetness that a standard Roma just can't touch. Next is the San Marzano. There's a reason this is the legendary Italian sauce tomato. It's an indeterminate variety, so it'll keep producing all season long on a trellis. What makes it special is the structure. It has very few seeds and a lower water content than your average slicer. When you cook these down, they reach that perfect, thick consistency much faster. The flavor is balanced, sweet, but with that classic tomato tang that stands up to long simmering. Now, if you want sheer volume and meatiness, look at the Jersey Devil. These look more like a giant red banana pepper than a traditional tomato. They are incredibly heavy for their size. If you're tired of boiling down watery tomatoes for hours, this is the variety that will save you time. One thing to watch for with paste tomatoes is blossom end rot. They can be a bit more sensitive to calcium uptake than cherry tomatoes. Every year, I grow these 5 heirlooms. They aren't just garden staples, they're the stars of the summer garden. First, the Abe Lincoln. It's solid, meaty, and the most reliable producer in the patch. This is the one you want when you're truly hungry. One slice is a meal. It's the flavor of every summer I can remember. Then comes the beauties that feel almost too pretty to slice. The striped German and the pineapple. The striped German is a bicolored yellow-orange beefsteak tomato with red stripes and marbled inside. Striped German is also known as Old German tomato, or considered to be the same variety. They both refer to a classic Mennonite heirloom that originated from the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia in the mid-1800s. Nevertheless, this heirloom tomato is a visual masterpiece and has a very sweet and fruity flavor with low acidity. Pineapple tomato is also a classic bicolor tomato that I am growing this year. It is a traditional beefsteak tomato known for its unique tropical sweetness and has sunburst pattern inside. Another slicing tomato that I am growing this year is the orange accordion. It is the most unique tomato in my collection. It's a literal sculpture and often is described as having an accordion-shaped appearance because of its ruffles. The flesh is meaty, but it has hollow cavities and few seeds. The flavor is somewhat sweet and fruity, but many find it bland compared to other yellow varieties. And then, the one I wait for most, the Kellogg's Breakfast. It's a massive orange beefsteak that can weigh 2 pounds. When this one is ready, summer is officially at its peak. Its flesh is meaty, with few seeds, and has a rich, sweet, and tangy flavor. This season, I'm returning to 4 of my absolute favorites. They are the heavy hitters and the showstoppers that I simply can't imagine a summer without. First, Alice's Dream. It's a stunning variety that handles the high-altitude sun beautifully. Next is a tomato that's as dramatic as its name, Ananas Noir. On the outside, it's a dusty mix of green, purple, and bronze. Inside, it's a kaleidoscope of bright green, red, and yellow streaks. Next is Dr. Weitsch's Yellow. It has a rich, creamy texture and a perfectly balanced tang. And last is the giant pink Belgium. When they say giant, they mean it. As I get these seeds started and prepare their spots in the raised beds, I'm not just planning for a harvest. I'm planning for those familiar flavors that make all the hard work in the garden worth it. Which varieties are making a comeback in your garden this year? Thank you for watching!